Are we still alive? We're live. But are we still alive?
I think we are.
How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm okay. A
We
little
just
tired.
yeah, yeah. Now we missed last week's live. Had something big going on. That's when we picked up the SUV.
Oh yeah.
Did you forget about that already? So that was big. We didn't want to miss the live, but we couldn't pass up the opportunity to check out that Tahoe, and it ended up being really nice. And we got a pretty good deal on it, I think. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
It's going to really open up a lot of opportunities for us. Thank you, 13 Moons Homestead. Bill, hello. Um, Driven it a couple of times. I just got the title, so that's officially ours now. Still waiting on the license plate, which I am very excited about. I can't wait to show you guys
The
that.
rainbow. The rainbow is crooked.
Oh,
The sunbow.
Sunbow. Yeah, all of a sudden I got something in my eye. Weird. Don't mind me. Talk amongst yourselves. But man, we have just really working hard the past few days. So, you caught our last video. We got barbed wire up, and we're ready. We're ready to do bags again. But of course, we got stopped by rattlesnakes. Rattlesnakes are always going to put a damper on the party, right? But we finally got back to the bags. Over the past 3 days it took. We got down a couple of courses.
Yeah.
We did course 23 and course 24. It's crazy.
Thank you, Aircrete Harry.
Thank you very much, Aircrete Harry. Man, it is. I'll tell you though, it has been a lot of work. I know. How long has it been since we've done bags?
I don't even remember. It's been months, I think.
Months. And I think we got out of shape. We got out of shape. It was exhausting doing those two courses. We really got to. Well, we really got to build up our endurance again, our strength and endurance.
Yep. Hello to Joseph and Jennifer.
Hello.
I see Scott is here. North Star Prep Setter.
Hey. Glad everyone could make it. Yeah. So these two courses were a lot of work. In the last video, I also put up some ramps and a little drawbridge. Can I call it a drawbridge?
Well, it doesn't draw up and down.
Just a bridge then?
Yeah.
It's just a bridge. And then so I could get the wheelbarrow into the dome, and I think that's the place where that's the best way to get dirt in there. Going from the outside is not.
Yeah, it's just gonna get harder and harder to.
As it steps in,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be a much more difficult way to go. So all of our dirt's coming in from the outside, and with these two courses, we literally brought it up by hand. And that was exhausting. Even if I just took like one can in each hand and brought it up, that was a lot of work going up and down that ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it can't be done, but it is. It's pretty tired. It's pretty tiring.
Yeah, and then we kind of worked out a way where I was kind of standing halfway on the ladder, and then you hand me the can so that, one of us isn't going up and down the ladder. And
So we
that
just
made
kinda-
it a little easier.
Harder for you,
Well,
easier
yeah,
for me.
it's harder than not lifting cans.
But that seemed to do okay
Yeah.
until your arms and shoulders gave out. But
Bill Neil asks, have you been down into the root cellar recently?
Nope. We have not cut into either of the underground portions yet.
Yep.
But once we're done with this dome, we'll be probably cutting into both. We'll cut into the underground bedroom and also the root cellar.
And then we get to see what's down there. Hopefully, nothing.
Hopefully nothing, but you never know.
I think I saw a mud dauber crawling into a little hole or crack in the side of the root cellar.
Yeah.
So it might be doing things in there.
Really? Well, hopefully nothing too shady.
Yeah. Aircrate Harry asks, would you ever consider a cement dome? Build in 4 days.
Honestly, it would be nice to have a build that you could do in 4 days. Yeah. I definitely think it's something we would definitely try. Once these domes are done, yeah. I think we want to play around with a bunch of different building techniques and stuff like that. So maybe if we have an outbuilding we want to do.
I don't think I ever want to do something this big again, though.
You think?
Keep it smaller.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about that the other day. Was this project too ambitious? Is it just too much? I think you wouldn't change a thing, right? Is that fair to say?
I wouldn't change a thing. Not. I like the design.
It's a good design. It's a good design.
Yeah. But I think starting over, I might not be opposed to going smaller, more simple.
Well, but you never know how difficult something's going to be until you do it, right?
Right.
I mean, would it have made sense to make a smaller dome just to get a practice on it, or just start building a dome for your giant house? I don't know. But hey, if this works out, I mean, what an accomplishment! Huh? It'd be our first dome. And if it works out, if it's still standing, that would be pretty impressive. I'm anxious to see if it still stands when we're done.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good. How's the new car? Doing good so far.
Yeah, so far.
We don't drive it too much. I still want, we got the title, but I still need plates and insurance.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's important. Did anyone mention that local raw honey is helpful with allergies? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
we got a lot of suggestions on. Man, I'm losing my voice already, aren't I? Might have to grab some water. We've been getting a lot of suggestions on. It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's starting to get bad.
For allergies, some people even sent some things.
Yep. Lots of suggestions.
Cool.
And how they've been. Your allergies have been doing pretty good. Except today you kind of had a little bit of a relapse, right?
Just a little bit. A little bit of sneezing, but not too bad. It seemed like it was like really bad, and then all of a sudden it was a lot better. So I don't know if the plants are like not making as much pollen now or like.
Oh, that's true. So our monsoon season, I think, is effectively over. We got a little bit of rain the other day, but I think we're gonna start drying out now until the mini monsoon. We might get some light little rains scattered here and there, but I think the big rains are pretty much done.
Mm-hmm.
So things might kind of start drying out a little bit.
Yeah. And Kiki standing us, why is it always raining in the desert? Yeah, well, this time of year during the summer we usually get we get all our rain at once, and it's raining a lot of the days. But yeah, then the rest of the year is pretty dry. We might get a little more rain in the winter.
Like a mini monsoon, right?
Yeah. Jody said it's good to get some rest. It's just a time for you guys to slow down a bit and regain your strength to start back up again. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just all a matter of getting back into those bags and building up that stamina again and just kind of getting back into it.
Yeah, that was a little tough, like getting back and building that strength up again, the endurance.
I was feeling it in both the arms and the legs yesterday. Tony, what's up? It's a little less rain than other places. Yep.
Upper Redneck says winter work season is getting ready to start. Yep, winter is a good time for working. Right?
It is. It's a good time to get things done. It's really good for you, isn't it? I feel like you like the heat more, but I think you're more like you want to be working during the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Like mornings and evenings aren't good for you. But that's the kind of time you need to be working in the summer.
Well,
Is that
I
accurate?
like to be out in the sun. I like the sunshine. It makes me feel
yeah.
good.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just that it's kind of hot during the middle of the day in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But middle of the day in winter, it's nice.
Perfect. It's perfect. And you get to sleep in. You have an excuse to sleep in. Okay, because it's cold. And you're like, oh no, it's too cold. That's why I feel like you're...
Yep.
Oh. Jody's like, when are you guys going to start building again? I missed those videos. Well,
Next video.
stay tuned for Saturday's video. You're going to love it.
And Anna says, hello from Jamaica. Where do you get the bags? Are they new or recycled? And says, love the wildlife.
Oh, thank you. They are misprinted bags. They aren't new. They aren't made particular for this kind of thing. It's like old used seed bags, grain
well, they're
bags.
not really
Not
used.
Not used. They were never used, but they're just misprinted. So
Yeah.
obviously they can't be put into production. So instead of throwing them away, we were able to pick them up at a discount.
Yep.
Find the next question. I'm going to go grab some water.
Okay. I am Mary. Yeah, you're talking about clearing the weeds, the long weed whacker. Jim is working on getting something for clearing weeds right now. So I don't know if he ordered it yet, but it's coming.
Wait, what's coming?
The thing that you got for clearing weeds and cutting grass and stuff.
No, it's not coming.
It's
I didn't
not.
order it.
You didn't order, but you will soon, right?
Well, I haven't talked to you about that yet. So we were thinking about getting a scythe, but I don't know if we can.
No? You don't know if we can.
At least not from the place I want to get it from.
Well, if anything, we could find a weed whacker somewhere.
Yeah, that I wanted to go to Scythe Supply.
Yes.
Now, if you've ever checked out that website, if you're looking for a scythe, I recommend it. That website looks awesome, but they are out of everything. They don't have any blades or anything in stock. And I think they said just check back regularly to see if the blades are in stock. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not going to work for me. Who knows when that might be. So we'll have to see. I might not be able to do a scythe.
Barbed Redneck says if your yard needs cut in late December, I'll come bush hog it for you.
Oh, nice.
Peter asks, did you ever think about building the house as a hay bale and dog structure? Well, we are probably going to be using straw bales on the top part of our dome and cobbing over that. So it'll kind of be like that.
We're planning on it. It's just some of the logistics, I think. You know, like we have a lot of plans for this dome, but then it's like, how do you get these materials up to that height? And how do you work safely from that height?
Yeah, without spending a fortune. Donald asks, what is the half metal dome going to be used for?
Yeah, we get that question a lot. Technically, we probably should have done something with it already, but we just haven't had the time.
Yeah, that'll probably happen after the house is done, I'm thinking. I think what we're thinking of doing is maybe a greenhouse.
I think that would be the most logical thing. Muscle power up the ladder like roofers. That's kind of what we did for these 2 courses. We just hauled it up by hand.
Combat Kool-Aid said, be sure to run the Tahoe a few miles at least monthly, else the fuel injectors will go out.
Yeah, we'll probably at least run it that much. As long as the key is still running, we're probably going to kind of go back and forth between the using the Kia and using the Tahoe, and that way neither of them gets used like too much. I mean, the gas in the Tahoe is probably like crazy.
Yeah. Green Tech Fusion Renewable Energy says, you all are doing a great job for just you two. It's a huge project, but I think easier on yourself than building an Earth ship. Takes a lot more labor on those. Yeah, I can imagine with the tires.
Oh yeah.
Like you've done some work with, like pounding those tires.
It's not fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Brainstorm makers, hello. Goats for brush and weed control. We would love to get some goats. Actually, sheep would be better for the grass and the weeds, wouldn't they?
Sheep for grass? Yeah, I don't know, sheep eat grass.
My thinking is that like sheep are more grazers, where goats are more like to eat bushes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, browsers is what they call them. The goats eat a lot of things. So.
I do.
Wayne asks, will the bags be thinner as you near the top? Do you plan to put rebar or something similar to fix the bags together as you near the top? Will there be a skylight at the top?
So no rebar, just barbed wire all the way to the top. You're gonna want to stick with 20-inch bags, right?
I think so. So it is actually thinner than the base of the dome.
Yeah.
The base is
Oh yeah.
how thick? It's
Like thickness was about, I think, 6 to 7 inches after being tamped. Or are you talking about
the width
like
of
width?
the wall, I think.
Width?
That's what I'm talking about.
Width is about maybe 22 inches, I think, tamped.
So it's a little smaller.
So I tend to think width as like the width of the
bag.
wall, and the thickness is like
Okay.
the height.
But both will be smaller
Both are smaller.
near the top.
Yeah. I'm thinking these bags are going to be like 4 to 5 inches. So it might take 2 to 3 courses to get like a foot.
Mm. And we're thinking no skylight, right?
You're still not sure, are you? Probably won't probably be a skylight. You were thinking about like doing some glass bottle, but have you thought differently on that now?
Yeah, because if we do the straw bale, that'll add a lot of thickness.
I will.
And I kind of want to keep that like insulation in that area as much as possible.
Tina, thank you so much for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you.
I heard donkeys keep snakes
Ah.
away. I love your YouTube channel. Well, thank you very much. You want to get a donkey?
Maybe.
When do you want to start getting animals?
Not yet. I was thinking after the house sometime.
Yeah, that's a whole another level of responsibility out here.
Yeah. I mean, I want to make sure I have the time to care for the animals properly.
Donkeys dislike dogs, coyotes, pets. Crew would not like donkeys either. What if we got a donkey while we had Crew? Like, he would freak out.
Yeah.
He would freak out. Do you think he'd, like, accept him after he's been here for a little bit and he knows, like, okay, don't kill the donkey?
And then we become friends.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
Crew and donkey.
Donkeys can be pretty aggressive too, can't they?
Oh, yeah. Is that it? Is that it for questions? You're going back the other way.
No, that's
Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm excited to be able to use that Tahoe and pick up some new materials. I think we might need some plywood recently, so I can use the. I just hook up the truck. I don't know if anyone knows that we have a trailer. We got a little small trailer that we can use. Just hook that up to the Tahoe. I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
13 Moon says llamas would be great too. Good guard animals, desert acclimated, and you can get fiber from them. That's something you want, right?
I do want some animals for fiber.
How is the weather?
Right now it's pretty nice. It's a little windy today.
Yes. Yeah, the wind's been picking up. So now that the rain is gone again, now the wind's picking up again. And, yeah, we got to be careful up there. In fact, we had to kind of take a break yesterday from the build, right? That's one of the reasons why it took like 3 days to get those 2 courses done. Is it's just way too windy for you to be up there, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to risk getting blown over.
So do you do these Q&As when it's beyond workable outside? Nope. We just do these Q&As. Usually we've been doing them at Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes if things come up, we can't necessarily get to it, but we try and do them once a week.
Yep.
How are you getting enough signal enough to live stream? It's just a cell signal, and then we have a Wii boost that helps.
Yep.
A little signal booster, but honestly, our service does pretty good, and it's the only thing we can get out here.
And Darren, thank you so much for your first 2 goat kids.
What
Super chat.
how much is it?
100.
Whoa! Thank you so much. Super generous
Yeah,
of you.
thank you.
Wow. Jimmy Midtown Farmer, hello. Do you have any children? Or wait, what's that? Well, are you asking if we're going to have any children? I don't know.
Right now we just have
Our crew baby?
a crew baby.
He's like an adolescent.
Yep.
Another $5 super chat, Shay
Thank
McQuaid,
you,
thank
Shay.
you.
How many rows to go?
I was thinking if it's like 3 per foot, we might need to go 24 more rows,
Think so?
approximately. E.T. Travis, welcome to the Green Dream
Cool.
Team.
Thank you.
Thank you. I probably shouldn't mention that. I'm not gonna mention it.
Thank you.
24 more rows is a lot. It is a lot. It would actually be the amount of rows we have right now. It would be like we got to do all the rows over again. But the thing is, each of these courses will get smaller in diameter.
Yeah.
So even right now, we're using 28 bags, but in the next course after that, it's going to be even less than that.
Mm-hmm.
So it should really start stepping in very quickly, and I think these will go actually a lot quicker than the previous 24.
Yes.
If you think about it, we're at course 24 right now. We might have to do 24 more.
Yeah. Sounds daunting. But yeah, I think you're right. I think this half will be easier.
We're just going to keep on pushing.
Because the way the dome is shaped, it's not like spherical. Like, it's more pointed. So the bottom of the dome actually is more steep, goes more like straight up, and then it curves in more sharply near the top.
13 Moon says shooting for the same number of courses in half the time. Hopefully even less than that.
Yeah.
I can't do half the time. It's got to go quicker than that.
Yeah.
1 month.
1 month.
1 month.
Okay.
E.T. Travis, thank you so much for the $25 super chat. For
One goat leg.
Hey, we'll get it one leg at a time.
One leg. How did you choose where to do your homesteading?
Why are you flipping around like that?
Well,
how did? It was a lot of research.
oh, thank you, Darren.
Well, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
So it was a lot of research, but basically, we knew we kind of wanted to stay in Arizona. We kind of liked the desert, and really there weren't too many options. I think Cochise was like the best option for us to maybe build from. Was there another county you were looking at?
Well, I think at that time we knew we wanted to do some kind of alternative building or earthen building, and we knew there would be a lot of hoops to jump through to do that.
It's tough to build like that anywhere else.
So I was looking at counties that didn't have strict building codes and inspections and things. So Cochise County was one of them. There were some other counties in northern Arizona I was looking at, but I think we like the weather and the climate a little better down here.
It's not bad up there. It's probably a little colder than here.
Well, they might get more snow in some
We
places.
might get more snow. I think you do get a little bit more precipitation up that way, don't you?
I think so. Cal, yes, you know about Amazon return auctions. You guys could look at it from time to time and find yourself everything for your place on a huge discount. I'll have to check into that. Thanks for the suggestion.
Shay says, "You guys inspire me. I've spent 3 years building a school bus. I plan to come to Cochise and build a homestead.
Oh, cool.
You guys are the bomb. Just your art is a gold mine. Pursue that."
I will. Thank you.
Did y'all register your property as a dumping site like how the Earth shippers do?
Oh, a dumping site.
No, I haven't heard of that one.
Whoa.
Russell and Myra Forever said, "I got our 40 acres and ready to roll."
Nice. Are you guys going to build more houses to attach to the big house?
No, no more houses.
No, but we might have like more kind of outbuildings,
Yeah.
sheds, or animal shelters and things.
We're gonna. There's always gonna be something to build and stuff like that. Have you had any immigrants visit you after crossing the border? I have not seen. I have not personally seen any immigrants around here.
Not around our property. Did you draw construction documents, get engineering, get a building permit? How is the process? So, in this county, they have what's called an opt-out permit. So, we do have to get a permit. We don't have to submit any drawings. Sorry.
Crew's rubbing his face on the ground.
But we did get a permit, and it allows us to build without getting inspections done. I think we just need a couple basic inspections where they check to make sure that the structure is away from setbacks and things like that.
Yeah.
But no building inspections.
How much water is in storage now? Haven't checked, but probably got a little bit more water in the cistern. Probably not much more. Poly tanks are still pretty full. Haven't used too much water from there. I got another question about the skylight. Probably not putting in a skylight per se, but probably just closing it off.
Yeah.
Just capping it off.
I mean, skylight would be cool, but it's not super important, and I kind of want to keep the rest of the build more simple. And I don't know if I want a lot of extra light coming directly down from the sun. I don't know if that would heat things up more, something. So probably won't. I don't want to say we definitely won't, but yeah, probably not.
Why use individual bags rather than the red tube bags? I think they're talking about the Hyper Adobe.
Yeah,
One, we needed a particular thickness. I don't even know if they make the Hyper Adobe bags quite that thick.
the width of the
Yeah, the
bags.
width. I did the same thing with quite the same width. Because we needed a certain width for the dome build. It needs to be like almost 2 feet wide. Yeah, even I don't know if I could have gotten Hyper Adobe bags that thick, but even the Super Adobe bags didn't come that thick. Wide. Trying to stick to my own rules here. So really I think the only option was single bags, but we were okay with that because of the price point, which is definitely cheaper than Super Adobe. I have not compared it to the Hyper Adobe bags. but these bags were pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder to use the single bags versus either of the tubes.
And personally, I liked the idea of making use of those misprinted bags, which would otherwise be like garbage, and we're putting it into a use where it's going to be a permanent thing.
Yeah, and that's another thing is we're using the making
Yeah.
use of those
'Cause those
misprinted
grain
bags.
bags, like even if they were not misprinted, like they get used once and then it gets tossed away.
So whatever your project is that you want to build, you really have to look into the materials. I know a lot of people are getting into Hyper Adobe now, but you have to make sure it's appropriate for what you want to do
Yeah.
because I don't think we'd be able to use it to build the dome, the size dome we wanted. If we build a smaller dome, we might have been able to. But even if you're using Hyper Adobe bags now, technically, usually you don't have to use barbed wire.
Yeah,
But if you're
because the soil can kind of ooze through the larger gaps in that mesh.
But if you are doing a dome, they still recommend using barbed wire, even with the Hyper Adobe bags.
Yeah, so it kind of nullifies that benefit of the Hyper Adobe.
So yeah, I mean, my suggestion is figure out your project and do your research and find out what's best for you, what material is best for you. I know a lot of people criticize us, so why not do the Hyper Adobe? But you really got to take into consideration the build.
How much solar power do you have?
We have 15 320 watt panels.
Hey, Fubar Ranch.
Fubar Ranch. Welcome to the Green Dream Team.
Thank you.
Awesome. Fubar Ranch. We know someone that knows them, right?
Yes.
We know. What was I just talking about?
Our solar power.
Yep. 15 320 watt panels. 2 inverters hooked up together. So we can actually utilize like 7,000 running watts if we need to. And we got 4 Tesla Model S battery packs, which gives us about 20 kilowatt hours worth of storage. Did you create any contour maps? Actually, we did. We created those before we even moved out here. It's something we were looking at.
Mm-hmm. Really helpful when you're trying to design what you want to do with the land.
Enough power for a small village. Yeah, it's actually when we were putting that system together, we even had a couple other people out here, so we designed it. I don't think it was big enough for 2 households. It was okay for that, but I think it was a little undersized for like when it was us and your aunt out here.
Mm.
Like you couldn't use all the power you want. But now it's a little over. It's more than we need right now.
Yeah.
And as we go, it'll probably be even more so as we try to reduce our energy dependence. How can I get viewers for my channel? Just keep making quality videos.
Mm-hmm.
Think about quality. Think about titles and thumbnails. That's the key. Good titles and thumbnails, and then make content that keeps people around.
You should get yourself some pet badgers. They sleep off diamondback bites in roughly 20 minutes, in my experience, and are good for pest control. You know, we saw a badger out here once, so they're around.
Oh yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I haven't. Yeah, that was the only one time we've seen a badger. That was
yeah.
pretty wild though.
I didn't know there were badgers out here, but they're around. And today, can I tell them this? It's gonna be in the video, but we saw another snake, a king snake, and they're good for, they eat rattlesnakes, so I guess they're like immune to the venom and they can eat them. So I always like seeing the king snakes around here.
Yeah, so man, it was crazy seeing that this morning. I was doing some work inside the dome, pop around the dome, and then I see this snake crawling along the side of the wall. I was like, whoa! Tell her right away. You had to like run outside right away, check that out, didn't you?
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Y'all are a great inspiration. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I liked living in Cochise County. I'm in California now. I want to go back. Yeah, I really like it. You know, that freedom to build how you want to build. Um, you know, I don't think been a place in, well, I'll take that back. There's a couple places in Cochise County I hope to never go again. But most places are pretty good. I had some bad experiences, but that was, you know.
It's like that wherever you go. There's
Yeah.
some places you don't want to go.
But honestly, I was working for the census at the time, so maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
People don't necessarily like government workers coming around.
Yeah. Do you have an Instant Pot or air fryer? Nope. Don't.
No, most of our cooking is done with the propane burners, right?
Yeah, either on the stovetop or I have a slow cooker. I like to use that.
Yep. I can't wait until we build our outdoor kitchen. That's another thing we got to build. But I think that would be really cool and definitely open up the possibilities for different methods of cooking and cooking different things. You excited about that?
Yeah, I am.
What about a sun oven? Would you do a sun oven?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we should.
Hell yeah. When your truck broke down, was it between Sierra Vista and Tombstone? I feel like you already know the answer to that. It was.
That's the one see her try.
It was sitting there
There's
for
a
how many
green
days was that sitting there? I don't even know. I had a note on there. It's gonna get picked up. I mean, I took care of it right away, but it took a few days in order for it to get someone over there. So that's hilarious.
What are you going to do with those rattlesnakes? I lose sleep just thinking of your last catch. Yeah, I know. It's probably a bit controversial, how we deal with the snakes, but
yeah, a lot of people have their own opinions, and you know, I don't fault any of the people that like I just kill them. Because you know you got to think safety first.
You got to do what you feel is safe for you in your situation.
Because if one of those things does bite you, I mean, if you don't die, you might wish you did. Like it could do some serious damage.
Yeah, and it can be very expensive for the treatment.
Yeah. So I don't fault people at all. We don't take chances unnecessarily. You know, we got that snake grabber, and I feel super comfortable with using it. And we haven't had any issues. Most of the snakes are usually real docile. They just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
You know, obviously we can't leave them alone if they're too close to our living space. But I mean, if I were like walking like on the other side of the property or something, and I saw a rattlesnake, I would just leave it there. Yeah, I wouldn't go hunt it down. You know, and then remove it. I don't care if they're on the property, just not too close to the living space.
Yeah. And I guess I prefer to maybe encourage more biodiversity of things that might. I mean, there's a lot of things that eat rattlesnakes around here. You know, lots of like hawks and roadrunners eat them, other snakes and badgers, I guess. And one thing I think we need to do more of is clear areas around our living space where snakes could be, like they were sitting under that piece of plywood on the ground.
Yes. And that was that was, you know, my bad. I probably should have picked up those pieces of plywood. And then when it was sitting there for a while, I probably should have been more cautious about picking it up.
Yeah.
And that was crazy.
Keep the ground clear, a little more clear around here.
Yeah, see, that, you know, that's our thought too, you know, not killing the snakes. I don't like if we have to relocate them. I don't know, you know, I hear like if you relocate the rattlesnakes, because like if you don't take them far enough, they might come back because they might be territorial.
But if
like
you
that.
take them too far, then they might just die, right?
They might die, and we take them far enough away where they're probably not going to come back. So there is a chance that they might end up dying, but it's a better chance than if you kill them that they might live. You know.
13 Wings Homestead asked, did Jus's family get in? And did you get them unloaded? Yeah.
Oh, man, that was a crazy story.
Yeah.
They got in kind of late.
In the evening, and then, but there was quite a few people helping get unloaded. But
really, how many people were there? It was you, me.
I think 7 including them.
7 including them.
But I think you and my brother were the ones that really could lift like the heavy stuff. So
we're
you're
like the 2 able-bodied people there.
And then everyone else was just moving like smaller boxes and stuff.
I got inside the truck and I started whipping things out of the truck.
Yeah.
And then everyone started picking it up and putting it to where it needed to go. We got it done pretty quick.
Yeah.
What was it? About 2 hours to unload that whole truck?
Yep. Yeah. So, but it was still a little after dark that we finished. We got it done. And now they're getting settled in.
And that same night, like they hooked the trailer. The trailer they brought back up to the truck, and then they had to drive that to the nearby town. So even though we got done, I was like, what time was it, 9? And they still had to drop off the truck and the trailer. Oh, so they were busy.
Yeah.
Text message there. Yeah, I forgot to mess with the. I'll have to. You think we got some kind of offer from Aircrete Harry? I don't see it. I'm hearing about. Would you consider hosting an Aircrete workshop? We can build a 16-foot dome. So let's talk. Yeah, we'll have to get together on that. We'll definitely. Collaborate on a project sometime. I think people sent the email. Yeah, just send us an email on that.
Have you had any trouble from the government?
No. The county's been really cool.
Yeah, just gotta follow their rules, I guess. But, it's not too bad. Oh, hey.
Coach Crystal, thank you so much for the super chat. So happy to make the live. So proud of you guys. Keep up the great work. Learning so much from you both. Well, thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks.
Would you ever hold a painting workshop?
A painting? Ooh. Possibly.
Probably hold a lot of different workshops. I'd like to You know, maybe we could hold some Earthbag building workshops. Maybe after the home is built, and we get more building experience under there. But
Yeah, I kind of like to. I mean, if we come across any problems while we're building this, that's something that we can share with people in the workshops and stuff. And you know, I want to make sure we're a little more confident with our building before we start like doing
but I
that.
think doing classes and workshops are something we'd like to hold out here.
Yeah. What was your total water storage from this year's monsoon?
What did we work that out to be? It was over 6,000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Over 6,000 gallons. It was like whatever we had in that one video. It's probably a little bit more than that.
Yeah, we
Probably
haven't
not a whole lot more.
Yeah, we haven't had a ton of rain since that video. What is the cistern water used for? Well, right now, nothing.
Right now, it's nothing.
But the cistern will be connected to our house.
Yep.
So once the house is built, then we can start using that water directly into the house.
How are the stars there?
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful. Yeah, really nice, clear skies for the most part.
Yeah, there's not a lot of light pollution around here, and we get a lot of clear nights, so stargazing is really nice.
There actually is a little surprising amount of light pollution. Not anything too bad, but if you look down to the south, that prison over there is so bright. It almost looks like the lights of a city.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
But I guess if you have a prison, you want a lot of lights at night.
Yeah, I think there's a small airport over there too.
Oh yeah, yep.
Ever thought about making some snake skin boots? Your local game and wildlife office will tell you how many rattlesnakes are too much. Yeah, I think you can get a hunting license.
You need
for
some kind of
snakes,
hunting license.
but
I was just taking a look at that.
yeah, you can do that.
Spotted any UFOs? One time I did. One time I did see some weird lights in the
Something
sky.
weird. I don't know what was.
Do you remember that?
happening
Did you see that?
Yeah, there were like 4. Was it like 4 or 5 lights? Something like kind of hovering strangely. I don't know. It could have been some kind of aircraft, like from the airport, that little like airstrip. I don't know what they would have been doing, but or use aliens. Ralph said you should use a section of extension ladder with a winch on it to get your dirt up top. You can build it fairly inexpensively.
Stay tuned. That might be a possibility. I have to work on something soon because, well, for the cob. I mean, even just getting that, we got a cob as we go, and that cob is heavy. Like the cans of dirt aren't too bad hauling off to the top, but those buckets of cob are.
Yeah, but you're saying like if you make something to haul the cob up, you might as well use it for the.
You could probably use it for dirt too. I'm sure.
Do you reckon the water in the cistern will go stale? Well, we do what we can to keep any organic matter out of there, and any light out, so algae isn't growing and other stuff isn't getting in there and growing. And when the water comes out of the cistern, it's gonna get filtered.
We'll have a fairly robust water filtration system. Probably better than better than what we even have now.
Yeah, what we're using
It'll be a
now
little more
is-
professional. It's
is
been working
pretty
for us.
good, but yeah, I think we'll do even more. What is the barbed wire for in construction? So an Earthbag building, you'll put rows of barbed wire in between every course of the bags, and that adds tensile strength. So it helps prevent like the walls from shifting or any failure, like pushing on the sides or pushing out, anything like that.
13 Moons brings up the store Envy Shop. Says it's under construction. That's on purpose, right?
Yes.
Maybe you want to talk a little
kind
bit.
of pause that because I'm taking a break from the portraits that I've been doing, and since my mom was in the process of moving and she has some of her jewelry on there, I didn't know if she would be able to fill those orders. So the store is taking a break. Not sure when it's gonna go back up, but yeah, that's why.
Beach Life says, love your new ride, Jim. I love it too. I'm loving it. Why not set up a gathering and we will come to help build? We might do that eventually. I don't know if we'll do that for the second dome or not. Still thinking about that. But like I said, like she said earlier, we just kind of like to get some more experience under our belt before trying to have other people out there, you know?
Mm-hmm. With almost completion of the rough framing completed, how long do you think the finished work will take? Well, yeah, after we finish this dome, we got a whole nother dome to build.
It's gonna be really cool when it's done, but man,
yeah,
I think this. I think this one will be. Well, I think the next one will definitely go up quicker
yeah.
once we start building it. You know, there's just so much to learn
Mm-hmm.
from this one. I guess what does Marsha Gibbons like to call her first dome?
She calls it the learning curve.
Yeah, this is our learning curve. This dome. It's gonna be full of our mistakes. Like, you know, when building like this, there's gonna be mistakes are made.
Yeah.
I mean, we made mistakes when we started with the cylinders, but we got better at that. And this is our first dome.
Yep.
You know, it's gonna have mistakes, but
And just like figuring out how to work with that, you know, how to move the material and everything, and taking a little time. Once we get that down, I'm hoping the next one will know exactly what we need to do and how to do
exactly.
it. Have you considered aquaponics? Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something you want to get into, right?
Yeah. And I did try aquaponics in the past. Actually, before we moved out here, I had like a small system, and I enjoyed doing that. So it's something I want to do again.
All right. Man, our time is almost up here.
Already?
Yeah. So Saturday's video, I'm very excited about it. We're building up on these walls again. 2 courses are done. So I know a lot of people have been like, when are you putting down bags again? Well, this is the video. Bag work is back. And we're just about 12 feet high now on this wall. So definitely check that out. We'll see you in Saturday's video. Thanks so much for joining us. Always love doing these lives. Always love connecting with you guys, answering those questions. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to our moderators. They're all in blue. They always do such an amazing job. Thank you so much to them. Man, have a good night, everyone. We'll see you Saturday.
Good night.
Night.